Bienvenue and welcome to our 11th annual Butterfly Memorial event, organized by the Ottawa chapter of Bereaved Families of Ontario, I should say. This is our first ever hybrid event, being offered virtually and in person. We are thrilled to have people back here after 3 years. I would like to start off by acknowledging that today's ceremony is taking place on the unceded land of the Algonquin Nation. Today's event is held in memory of our loved ones and is being held in the sacred space of Beechwood, the National Cemetery of Canada. Today we remember all those we love who walk with us no more. Children, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, partners, and friends, dear ones who live on in our hearts and memories. Aujourd'hui, nous nous souvenons de tous ceux que nous aimons et qui ne sont plus avec nous, des êtres chers qui vivent dans nos cœurs et nos souvenirs. Please note, if you didn't get a chance to see your loved one's photo or name at the start of the event, be assured it will be displayed at the end of the ceremony and before we go outside. My name is Stephanie Fragman, and I am a board member with BFO, just recently actually, and I will be your MC this afternoon. I joined the board just recently because of my personal experience with loss, having lost my partner Jack very suddenly, now actually over 20 years ago. I believe it is of great value to honor our losses and the continuing bond we share with our loved ones. To do so contributes to our own well-being and the well-being of those around us. Our program will unfold as follows. Following this introduction, Erica Wagner of the Beechwood Cemetery Foundation will speak about the rock in the center of the sacred space. Following, Sarah Wolf, the program manager of BFO, will say a few words about BFO's programming and accomplishments. We will then welcome this year's guest speaker, Tina Boileau. Tina will speak about the loss of her son, Jonathan, who was born with recessive dystrophic epidermolysis bullosa. She will also speak of her daughter, Noémie, who is a carrier of the gene. Following that, we will have Nicole Frenette, who is BFO's office manager, read a French poem, and Sandy McDonald-Rents will read a poem in English. After all the speakers, you will be invited row by row to come to the front and feel free to speak the name or names of the loved ones you are here to honor. The Beechwood staff will be ushering, so please wait for their cue. Because of the rain, we will then move in groups outside, crossing our fingers for the butterfly release. There will be shelter underneath the gazebo to keep the wings of the butterfly dry. So that is the plan, unless it starts to pour. The flutist will play for those waiting to go outside. Once outside, we encourage you to take a moment of silence before releasing your butterfly. There will be warm coffee available in the main building when you come back inside. I would now like to invite Erica Wagner, Program and Fundraising Coordinator and also a BFO board member, to say a few words about the Beechwood Cemetery. Erica.
Hello, everyone. On behalf of Beechwood's Board of Directors and staff, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Beechwood, the National Cemetery of Canada. Mesdames et Messieurs, bienvenue à Beechwood, le cimetière national du Canada. My name is Erica Wagner, and I am the Programming and Fundraising Coordinator here at the Beechwood Cemetery. It is such a pleasure to see people back in the sacred space again and to be able to unite the community after such a long separation. To those of you joining us virtually, you picked a great day to stay inside and enjoy this wonderful event. BFO Ottawa does fantastic work supporting the bereaved, and Beechwood is proud to help the great work that they do. For those of you that have never been to Beechwood before, or even those of you that have been here many times, people are often amazed at the beauty that resides here, one of those being the magnificent rock, which hopefully all of you can see in the middle of the room. It is quite unusual to see a rock of this size in a sacred place. However, it serves an important purpose. It is there to offer a feeling of permanence to those that feel as though their life has been thrown off kilter with the loss of a loved one. Whether they touch it to feel grounded or it acts as a symbol of eternal remembrance, the rock has a unique and different relationship with everyone. For me, it acts as a reminder that my loved ones' memories will never be forgotten so long as this sacred rock continues to exist. For today, I hope it acts as an anchor for any of you feeling still lost at sea after the loss of your loved one. Hopefully, through beautiful services like the Butterfly Memorial event and through other wonderful programming BFO Ottawa offers, we can all remember and celebrate our loved ones together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Erica. I now invite Sarah Wolf, new to the BFO team. She is now the program manager and here to say a few words on behalf of BFO.
Thank you, Stephanie. Ani, bonjour, and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining us virtually and in person. Like many others in our community, Brave Families of Ontario offered me the support I needed after the death of my father in 2015. I'm tremendously honored to be in the position that I am today with BFO Ottawa as program manager. This organization helps to make a difference in the people's lives who attend our organization. Nous sommes tous ici aujourd'hui avec l'amour, la bravoure et l'opportunité d'honorer ceux qui sont décédés étant ici. Nous sommes tous devenus une partie de la communauté BFO Ottawa. Your contribution to BFO by being here today and donations received helps to support the success of our ongoing programs and services. I'd like to give some more information about the programs that are offered to our community. Twice a year, our talented volunteer facilitators conduct our closed groups. This is available to our community, and this is a structured program tailored to the specific type of loss. Mon expérience personnelle en tant que participant à ce programme m'a offert d'immenses possibilités de croissance et de connaissance. We also host two types of support and share groups, one being our support and share evening. This is offered through the support of our volunteer facilitators. This also features our speakers who also offers information about educational purposes for grief, self-care, and healing. We also offer speakers who come and provide information of their personal journey. For more immediate support, we have support and share afternoons every Thursday. These groups are conducted by our talented volunteers. People who join these groups come together with others who have lived experience, including our facilitators, to receive support by relating to one another and to share their stories. Art therapy groups also run annually. This allows participants a unique way to approach their grief through artistic expression. Everyone in our organization has either lived or professional experience and felt the need to give back to our community. Nous donnons en retour en faisant partie de ces programmes et espaces pour aider les autres. We relate to being in the position where those we are helping are in now, and see the hope and empowerment BFO has to offer. Our annual memorial events are a chance for us all to connect in remembering our loved ones. We hold space in sharing the love and the loss that we feel. Thank you all for being here and for contributing to our small local charity. We hope that today's ceremony is special and meaningful to you all. Miigwech, merci, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Erica. Sorry. Thank you so much, Sarah. It is now my great pleasure to introduce Tina Boileau, our guest speaker for today's ceremony. Tina works full-time for the federal government and has been serving as president of DEBRA Canada, which is the Dystrophic Epidermolysis, I'm sorry if I'm not saying that word properly, Bullosa Research Association of Canada since 2015. Tina has kindly accepted our invitation to share with us some of the insight acquired through her grief journey of losing Jonathan. All yours, Tina.
Bonjour. Good afternoon. My name is Tina. I did not prepare a speech for today. I'm speaking from my heart. I think grief is I think that's how we all relate to each other. My sister freaked out yesterday when I told her I had nothing prepared. So be proud. I'm gonna try my best. So I grew up in Ottawa. I'm the third girl of 4 kids. I think my family's first grief and the first time that we've had to deal with losing someone was our dad when we were kids. We grew up with a single mom, and being 4 kids, I think is really hard. So I think that was our biggest challenge. I was 10, my oldest sibling was 17, and we all have 3 and 4 years in between. So it was quite challenging. Through my childhood, I became a mom at 20. I think that we can all speak that we're overjoyed of knowing that you're going to expect a child into this world, having all the first, right? Having the first step, the first word, the first of everything. It's just seeing that through the eyes of a child is pretty unbelievable. Jonathan was born, and I think that was the first time I was overjoyed to the point of crying, but also my first time to really have the biggest grieving of my life. Knowing that my son was born with a rare skin disease, not knowing anybody could help him because nobody knew what it was. Just having to try to figure out as we went along how to deal with his severe skin and having to do dressings and just learning just to go around and being able to discuss with doctors, them not knowing, being a young mom, not knowing, first of all, being a first parent is scary. Not knowing what you're getting yourself into when you're dealing with a serious skin condition is really, really scary. Jonathan grew up, and his condition, for the most part, we all know that people that have some severe cases of EB usually don't live to be very old. We tried our best. My daughter came to the world 2 years after Jonathan was born, being a carrier of the gene as well. So I think that that was also part of my grief. You know, as a parent, you want to protect your children. And being a mom, being a woman, my biggest gift was to be able to have children. But knowing that my own body could not protect them as much as I wanted them to was really hard to take. So we grew up as a family, knowing nothing else but to do a 4-hour dressing change every night. Sharing our family time during that time because we didn't have any other time. And just seeing Jonathan suffer with everything, just as he got older and more challenges presented himself. But you know what? He never stopped there. He was always the first one to wake up in the morning with a smile on his face. And you know what? If he could do that, I think I had no reasons not to. So Jonathan was, like I said, his condition just kept getting worse as the years went by, trying anything that we can as parents to protect our children and to make them better. We tried different things to try to make his skin condition better. We tried he had a few surgeries here in Canada, and when he was 15, we decided to opt to have a bone marrow transplant. And that was only experimental, but we had to go to Minnesota to get it done. This was probably one of the hardest decisions to make but we had everything to gain. We could possibly have this experience, medical treatment, but being able to expand his lifespan and also being able to reduce some of his pain. But the ultimate decision was also to leave my daughter behind with my family. Sorry. This was one of the hardest decisions I ever had to make as a family, as a mom, as a member of a family. And my daughter stayed with my sister and her dad during that time. We left in August when Jonathan was 15 into the unknown, not really knowing what was going to happen. We knew that there was a hard road ahead of us, but we were mindset that we were coming back and we were going to be able to enjoy a long life, at least not a cure, but at least making him better until we could have a cure for him. In Minnesota, the first bone marrow transplant, I don't know if you probably have people around you that have had similar treatments. Jonathan had skin open everywhere on his body for about 85% of just burns. They looked like 3-degree burns, and there was also inside. So when you do a bone marrow transplant, you have to do chemo and radiation to really bring the immune system down so that he would accept. I was his donor. Again, one of my biggest joys to be able to provide something to my son to try to make him better. Unfortunately, you have skin, you have open sores, you have no immune system, infections happen. And those are really hard to treat for anybody that doesn't have open sores on their body, but it's even more challenging when you do. The first bone marrow transplant did not succeed. His body rejected, and his own immune system grew back, which was great. At least he had an immune system. We attempted to get another one done, hoping that the second time would be better. And it did. His skin was healing, there was progress, and his body really he had taken my stem cells and they were growing in him, and his skin was improving. But again, the infections were still something that was always there because his skin was still open. And after many, many infections, Jonathan passed away from a septic. He had a blood infection that his body could not take it anymore. It was a bacteria that was very resilient. So that's in 2018. My goal and our plan was always that he would come back home with me. He did, but not in the same way. I had to arrange everything from where I was to bring my child back to Canada. And also facing my family that I hadn't seen for almost 2 years, and explaining to them what had happened during the time that we were there. I have to say, it was ma plus grosse peine d'amour, my biggest heartbreak. Jonathan was my sidekick. He was my everything. He was my firstborn. He was my best friend. We did everything together. I can still hear his laughing. I'm lucky because he's in the media, and I can still log into YouTube and hear his laugh. But it also has that really heartbreaking because I'll never hear that real life again. So I left Minnesota, having made arrangements. I got here, I actually drove back by myself. I needed my time. And it's okay to have your time and to try to process everything that's happened and to try to figure out how are you going to face, first of all, his sister, and also being able to face his father and all my family, and to telling them, you know what, we really tried. This wasn't the plan. It wasn't my plan. Apparently, it was a plan, it's just not mine. So I got home, and I had to sit down with my family after having been driving for 3 days. I got home, and everybody in Ottawa were mourning with me because my story was so public. And everybody in the Ottawa area felt like they connected with us. So I had everybody mourning with me, but I had even more stories to say, right? I had to go in front of the media because that's the first thing that happened as soon as everybody realized that Jonathan had passed away. They wanted to hear what happened. I had to have a conversation with my family. And you know what? People say that there are steps into that all grief, to grieve, there are steps that you're supposed to be following. You know what? They don't go in that way. It's not a textbook thing. One day you're upset, you're literally just pissed off, and it's okay. You need to live those emotions. Sometimes I was angry. You know what? I've been angry of not understanding why EB exists. I've been angry that my child is gone. But you know what? I also have a lot of love, because I still love him today, even if he's not here. I loved him, I love him, and I will always love him. But having to sit down with my family and having to try to cope with my own grief, but then having to extend that as a family to grieve. We arranged a funeral, and it was very, very small, just for my family. Why? Because they hadn't seen Jonathan in 2 years. And we wanted it for them to be able to see him one last time. You know what? I was privileged. I saw him every single day. So we made the funeral into the best that we could, and to a celebration of his life with my family. Jonathan's favorite color is purple. He had a purple shirt, and all the boys in our family had a purple shirt. I brought his dog, Gibson, his best friend, and he had his purple little bow tie. We made it into the best, but it was the hardest day of my family's life. Why? Because they hadn't been there for 2 years, and it was the first child in our family to pass away. That shouldn't happen, right? As the world goes, the cycle of life, that's not how it works. We don't bury our children. I should go first, because that's how it should be. But it doesn't always work that way. Jonathan passed away on April 4th of 2018. His birthday was June 2nd, his 18th birthday. What do you do to try to keep those memories alive? My sister decided that we were going to celebrate his 18th birthday without me wanting to. But you know what? I'm happy she did. I'm happy she did, because it was a way to remember him and to celebrate his birthday. But then you're like, what am I celebrating? Am I celebrating his 18th birthday, or am I celebrating his first heavenly birthday? You get that, right? So we released butterflies. It was a beautiful 18th birthday, but the one thing missing was him. So what I'm trying to say is that, stop crying. But then, as I said earlier, you know how first parents, you want all your first word, the first walks, the first everything. Well, you know what? As a grieving parent, you need to live the first of everything too, without your child there. You live the first birthday without him, the first holiday without him. Noemi got her driver's license, and Jonathan would have laughed at her so much, saying that, get off the road, because goodness, she couldn't even drive a little car when she was little. So we were pretty shocked when she passed her driver's license. But Noemi also had to live with the grief of not having a sibling. When I'm asked today, and even Noemi, how many children do you have? What do I answer? I have 2. My daughter says, they ask her, do you have siblings, or are you an only child? She has a brother, he's just not there. But then you get into conversations, right? They want to know, so if you have 2, okay, how old's your oldest? Jonathan would be 22. He had his birthday on June 2nd. So what is he? Is he in university? No, unfortunately, he's not. And then they look at you, and they ask, well, and then you have to explain the fact that he's passed on. But you know what? He's still a member of our family. It's just realizing that it's hard knowing what to answer and to what extent you want to have that conversation, because you'll be asked questions regardless what you answer. If you answer you only have 1, they'll be like, oh, okay. But then most people know that you have 2. And Jonathan will never be forgotten. That's not what we want. Sorry. So all this to say that I have my own coping mechanism. I'm lucky. I have a really strong network of family, friends. The one thing I did when I came back from Minnesota, after everything had changed, You don't know how fast a Tim Hortons can be built. Within 2 years, there was a Tim Hortons, there was a Foodland, there was a bunch of new developments. Life goes on without you when you leave for an extended period of time. So I had to try to reintegrate my life into a life that had moved on without me. And my life had changed. How do you do that? How do you come up with trying to come just to regular breakfast with your family without having people look at you and whispering that, you know what, the first thing we did is we went to breakfast in our hometown. We needed to address the elephant in the room, and people needed to see us as a family because we were still a family. It had just changed. The one thing I did is, for me, the only thing that hadn't changed was my work. I returned to work pretty fast after I came back because it was the one place where I knew nothing really had changed. I could hit the ground running. It was the one thing that I knew my colleagues would still be there and my work would not have changed that much. I needed to find my new normal because everything else in my life had changed so much. But then you go to work and you have people cross you and they have the head tilt. How are you? That made me feel terrible. But at the same time, I know that they don't do it. People don't know what to say. They don't know what to say, and they can't even begin to imagine sometimes the things that you've been through. People don't wake up, wanting to hurt you and doing that head tilt. But it is something that people do because they don't know how to comfort you. But you know what? Somebody asked me once, what do you want to hear? I said, I want to hear, I'm happy to see you. I'm happy you're back. That's what I want to hear because I live with my grief every day. My family lives with their grief and you all live with your own griefs. But you know what? Being told, I'm happy to see you. I'm happy you're back makes you feel like it's normal. And they make you feel like you can move on. Because one day you can, even when you think that those days are unbearable and you can't. And you know what? And it's okay. Sometimes you have to live day by day. Other times it's minute by minute. I've had to live seconds by seconds sometimes. Just grasping to say, tomorrow will be a better day. But you know what? At one point, you can start looking at the future and have hopes again of knowing what will be. And having those tokens to remember your loved ones that have gone is so important. Jonathan had his 22nd birthday last week. We gathered to his site and we put sunflowers because that's his favorite flower. It doesn't make it any easier, I can assure you. Not year by year does it make it any easier or miss him less. You just become and you find your new normal. And this is my new normal now. I'm a mom that has lost a child. But I also have another child that I have to make sure that she feels like she's parented and she still means a lot to us. So the bottom line is that for you to grieve, in order to cure grief, you need to grieve. And please do. Avoiding it will not make you feel better. It will just be stuck. But again, we all have our own steps. You don't grieve at the same level. It's not textbook. One day you're going to feel great, the other day, or in the same day, you feel terrible. And that's okay. The last message that I would say to you, be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself, because it's not easy. And it's okay to say, I'm having a bad day. It's okay to say, I don't want to. I'm angry today. I was angry. I'm angry again today. And sometimes my sister's crying, and I'm still putting my grief on her, but she's grieving with me. Having people to listen to you will make it better. Sometimes it might not be my sister, because she's also sad. But I have someone else that I can speak to. So really, truthfully, just be kind to yourself. How you feel mentally, physically, is going to be really big key onto how you're going to be living with your grief. So take care of yourself. I've taken on running. It clears my head. I feel great when I run because I let go of everything. We all have our things. You just need to find what is yours. Thank you. Merci beaucoup.
It's tough to continue after those very moving words. Thank you, Tina, for your generosity in sharing this personal experience with us. and your story. We're grateful that you could come today. Je voudrais maintenant inviter Nicole Frenette, chef du bureau de BFO Ottawa, à lire le poème « Demain, dès l'aube » de Victor Hugo, l'un des écrivains français les plus connus. Nicole.
Demain, dès l'aube. Demain, dès l'aube, à l'heure où blanchit la campagne, je partirai. Vois-tu, je sais que tu m'attends. J'irai par la forêt, j'irai par la montagne. Je ne puis demeurer loin de toi plus longtemps. Je marcherai les yeux fixés sur mes pensées, sans rien voir au dehors, sans entendre aucun bruit, seul, inconnu, le dos courbé, les mains croisées, triste, et le jour pour moi sera comme la nuit. Je ne regarderai ni l'or du soir qui tombe, ni les voiles au loin descendant vers Harfleur. Et quand j'arriverai, je mettrai sur ta tombe un bouquet de houx verts et de bruyères en fleurs.
And now Nancy McDonald, our board member, will read the English version tomorrow at dawn, a short and poignant poem about his visit to his daughter's grave.
Tomorrow at dawn. Tomorrow at dawn, at the hour when the countryside whitens, I will depart. You see, I know you wait for me. I will go through the forest and over the mountains. I cannot stay far from you any longer. I will trudge on, my eyes fixed on my thoughts, ignoring everything around me without hearing a sound. Alone, unknown, back stooped, hands crossed, saddened, and the day will be like night for me. I will neither see the golden glow of the falling evening, nor the sails going down to Harfleur in the distance. And when I arrive, I will place on your tomb a bouquet of green holly and flowering heather. Thank you.
Merci and thank you to Nicole and Sandy. We will now start in silence with the procession to the front. Please wait for your cue, guided by the Beechwood ushers, to lead you to the front. As you go by the microphone, I would like to invite each one of you to share the name or names of the loved ones that you are here to remember today. For those that need assistance, please stay seated, and an usher will bring you a portable microphone at the very end. When we proceed outside, you can exchange the ticket that you received at the door for a butterfly. So I think the ushers are starting now.
Hi, I'm Michelle. This is my partner, Rob, and we're remembering my beautiful son, Tristan Yehuda Ferreira Meyer, who passed away on January the 18th, 2020, after drowning at the end of a vacation in Mexico. He'll be forever remembered by us and celebrated for all that he contributed in his short and intense life. Thank you.
Hello, I'm here with my mother to remember my sister who unexpectedly died at the end of February at the age of 41.
Thank you.
My wife passed away about 6 months ago after 4 horrible weeks. It was the result of a autoimmune disease. I miss her very, very much.
My wife Lynn left us in September for talk to you soon. Thank you.
Hi, we're here to remember my brother-in-law, Kevin Charette, who passed away March 31st of this year after a very short battle with stage 4 melanoma. I'm here with my sister, supporting her, and his siblings that are along with me.
Hi, my daughter and I are here to remember my beautiful son, her beautiful brother who passed away August 2nd, 2021. Hasn't been that long, but thank you.
My name is Jeff Dahl, and I'm here in memory of my wife, Marilyn, who passed away with cancer July the 26th last year. Thank you.
I'm here to remember my mother, Nora Bailey, who passed away in February.
I'm here to remember my beautiful daughter, Caroline, passed away in 2018.
I am here for a friend who cannot be here from New Brunswick, but she's honoring her friend. So I think that it's important that I be here, and I also want to remember my sister who died. Thank you.
This way.
Hello, I'm Craig. This is my daughter Aislinn. We're also have another daughter and son. We're here to remember my wife and my children's mother who died very suddenly and very unexpectedly, cardiac essentially, June 22nd, 2021. Thank you.
Hi, I'm here to remember my husband George and my father Marcel.
I'm here to remember my late husband Donald, who died 3.5 years ago. Thank you.
Hello, I'm here to remember and celebrate the lives of my mom and dad, Grazia and Giuseppe Joseph Lucari. I lost my mom in June 2019, and I'm also here to remember my mother and father-in-law, Carmela and Pasquale Cotroneo. And I'm also here for a family who could not be here, for Mrs. Sophie, Nicole, and Natalie Capps. They lost their husband and father, Mr. Edward Capps, earlier this year, in fact, on Christmas Day. So I'm here to do that for them. Thank you.
I'm here to honor my beloved grandfather, Pepito Jose Armando Ticas.
It's my father as well, Jose Armando Ticas. My mother's here and her family's here. He died peacefully with his family by his side. We're all here. He was an amazing husband, father, and we all remember him and love him very much.
Hello, I'm here from my parents, Norman and Heidi Friesen Kobayashi, who died in 2013 and 2019.
Hi everyone, I'm here for my partner, Robert Moore, and their father. He died in 2018 of cancer.
I'm here today to honor my wee but very big sister who died in September 2019, and then more recently this year, the loss of our daughter Caroline from cancer at the age of 51.
Nous sommes ici pour rendre hommage à notre fille Anne-Marie Desloges qui est décédée tragiquement au Kenya le 21 septembre 2013.
I'm also here to honor our daughter Anne-Marie Desloges, who died in a terrorist attack in 2013, and my brother-in-law who passed away in October 2020 of Parkinson's disease.
My name's Joanne, and this is my husband Matt. We're here to honor our son, Jordan, who passed away in 2018 at 11 months. And we're also here to honor his friend in heaven, Eli Arthur Collins.
I'm here to remember my husband, Wayne Castleman, who died 4 years ago, and our beautiful baby Andrew, who died 31 years ago.
Hello everyone. We're here to remember my grandmother, Fran McKenzie, who passed away last October at the age of 90 after a long, vivacious life. And we're also here to remember her brother, Maury Packard McCrillis III, who passed away in a tragic accident May 16th, 2020.
Hello, I'm here to honor my mother and my father who passed away in 2021. And my son is here. He lost his dad about 4 months ago. Thank you.
I'm remembering my husband of 50 years, Michael Ennis. He passed away in 2018.
I'm here remembering my parents, Reg and Marjorie, bereaved families of Ontario, Ottawa region are also remembering the 19 children. And 2 teachers tragically passed away in Uvalde, Texas. It's one thing to lose a loved one. It's another thing to lose a child. It's something completely foreign to us to lose a person in such a tragedy. Our thoughts are with the over 300 families affected by the mass shootings that have gone on in the States this year alone. We must also remember our brothers and sisters in the war of the Ukraine is fighting. God bless them all.
I'm here to remember my son, who passed away in 2014 from cancer. He left behind 2 young children, aged 2 and 4, and also my parents who passed away in 2008, 6 months apart. And please all hold your memories dear to your heart.
I'm here to remember my husband, Andy.
Hello, I'm here to honor my father, Brian Wolf, who passed in 2015.
I'm here to remember my grandparents, Pat and Mike, Phyllis and Tom. They shaped who I really am today.
My wife, Carol Lem, passed away 17 years ago. Some people say that's a long time, and to me, sometimes it feels like it was yesterday. And her sister, Nguyen Lem, who passed away 2 months later.
I'm going to say a few words about the significance of a butterfly. So the butterfly appears fragile, but its beauty is the result of a strenuous battle for life. During the long weeks in its cocoon, the caterpillar transforms, ripening into something no longer earthbound. The struggle to emerge from its cocoon is a mighty one. Comme l'a écrit Maya Angelou, nous nous réjouissons de la beauté du papillon, mais nous admettons rarement les changements qu'il a dû subir pour atteindre cette beauté. Que cela soit un encouragement pour vous aujourd'hui. Before we go outside to release the butterflies, I think the sun is sort of peeking through. I would like to thank all the people involved in building today's ceremony, especially our sponsors, Odelis Bakery, Beechwood Cemetery, EQ Homes, and the Nature Museum. Un grand merci à tous nos commanditaires. I would also like to thank the Beechwood Cemetery staff for their support and assistance in mounting this event in such a beautiful space. We are grateful for your support. Also our wonderful musicians, Sharon Baird on the harp and Kathy Bard playing the flute very shortly. A special thank you to our guest speaker, Tina Boileau, as well as Erica Wagner, Sarah Wolf, Sandy McDonald-Rentz, and Nicole Frenette. To those watching virtually, members of the BFO staff will be releasing a butterfly in memory of your loved ones in the garden. Please stay with us as we set up the continuation of the ceremony outside. We will also do a private butterfly opening on camera in memory of the 21 students killed in Uvalde, USA. At this time, we would like to play the photo montage you saw at the start of the event. Again, the flutist will then play, and we will all go outside to release our butterflies. So just a couple of things about releasing the butterflies outside. Please note that there'll be some handlers outside on the bridge to assist you if you have trouble with your butterflies. Some butterflies may be sleepy, so we need to give them a little moment to wake up. Just a reminder also to look where you're walking. There could be some butterflies landing in the grass. And then, I don't know if we're going to go around the pond, but if we're around the pond, we do have a net to, actually that's in my car, I should go get that. We have a net if they're in the pond to get them out. So I believe it's time for the flautist to play, and we will proceed to go outside. Thank you very much, everybody.
Whichever side has more people.
Mon mari va le prendre pour moi tantôt. Merci. I don't know where I'm going. You know, I think it's all our loved ones who wanted this event to be as nice as possible. What am I doing?
Just so you can say your last part.
Okay. How does this go?
Just say the word test.
Test, test, test.
Yeah, so just, I know it works, okay. So when you're ready, I'll turn it on for you. I don't think
Okay.
you have anything to really clip it to, so.
And that's why I just put it behind my ears like that? Is that?
Yeah.
Never have put another one on. Just,
Okay. Yeah.
So now we're stuck together?
Yeah. How are you?
So beautiful here.
We try. At least the garden this year is all done. Last year when we did the filming, it had we just ripped out all the 35,000 tulips. So it was looking pretty bare, but that's okay.
I hope my husband thinks to get the, I think he's going to the car.
Maybe we stay here to project this way.
You want to do it here?
Or do you want to do it
no,
around here?
I think inside.
Okay.
I think it's too...
Yeah. Nailed it. Should we move over? I feel like I have you on a leash a little bit. It'll echo in here too, so we'll protect you.
This is just this little bit.
Yep. And you can say this part too.
Yeah.
And hold it back.
Oh, great. Isn't it perfect? Everything is nice.
Yeah, this is where we're going to be playing. People will probably go down there, but so she's going to say some stuff, and there's going to be a moment of silence, and then you'll play, and then people can release the butterflies.
Oh, do we have to wait for them to are they setting up like the live stream?
Yeah,
So should I wait
They're
for
right
them
there.
to say that?
Come on this way. I don't know if you'll have time. Or if you just do it quick and then we can run back in. Okay. If she's not back, then we'll just leave it.
everybody comes.
Yeah,
comes
we'll
in.
just wait for people to come. There's still all the VIPs and stuff.
Do I wait for people to, like, the last part here?
Oh, they're starting to wake up.
This last part here?
That's to the camera.
Like, I'll wait for people to leave, like, to do their butterfly thing?
Yeah,
and
I was
then-
just maybe walking over to them because they're right there.
Yeah, okay.
That's our camera.
Yeah.
Do you want me to turn you on so you can say gather around?
If everybody could just gather around as much as possible, I just have a few words to say again before we release our butterflies.
Over there, it's like they're allowed to step on the
You can step on the grass as well, that's fine.
These butterflies are very sleepy. I'd maybe reiterate that part about them sleeping because we kept them in the fridge longer.
Okay. So again, just to say to everyone that your butterflies may be sleepy. So we'll give them a little, some of them might be ready to leave. Okay. So you're now invited to take a moment of silence to reflect on a message you want to relay to your loved ones or an intention you want to set for your own healing journey. Whisper these messages to your butterfly and it will be carried on its wings. Vous êtes maintenant invité à prendre un moment de silence pour réfléchir à un message que vous voulez transmettre à votre proche ou à une intention que vous voulez fixer pour votre propre voyage de guérison. Chuchotez ce message à votre papillon et il sera porté par ses ailes. Alors un moment de silence, a moment of silence, please. When you're done with your moment, you're free to spread out in the gardens and release the butterfly where you would like. Vous pouvez maintenant prendre le temps de trouver un espace dans le jardin et faire voler votre papillon.
I'm supposed to open 21 butterflies on camera now. So I'll turn you off.
Can you say this thing?
No, I gotta open 21 butterflies. So I've got the butterflies here for opening on camera.
Bring this up.
Can
You want me to hold it?
that?
Sure.
Yeah, thanks. So I've got some butterflies here. Put the rest down. Did you get your butterflies? Yeah. Not really sure how the best strategy to open this is.
Yeah, I
See
guess.
that?
It's possible that it's open the front. Should I release mine? I don't know that I want to release them right away. I don't know. I'll wait a little bit. I don't know when I'm done. I don't know.
He does not want to go. I have a new best friend. I don't know, we have 20 more to go.
And maybe just
No, he's gonna stay forever. That's cool. Maybe if I put another one.
do you want help?
Yes, please. This guy does not want to leave. Multitasking is not working. Oh, there we got two. They're so chill.
These are the 21 butterflies for, but they're.
I know what to do. He's like trying to match his friend who got 4 now.
Oh, there we go. Oh, he's still attached to you.
Made it all of 2 feet. Come on, little guy, you can do it. Jump. Come on. You can do it. Is he also still on my dress?
Yeah. Oh, okay. You just got a little bit of energy and swings this one.
I'm glad I did my nails. I can't twist my arm anymore, guy.
This one is not really.
Oh, friend alert. Why not?
Oh, that's it. He's in the grass.
Yay. Come on.
Just don't step on him.
Fly. We have so many more to open.
Maybe we should just like put them. Can we just put them on the?
Yeah.
Why don't we just put them all like up here?
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Come on, little guy. Come on. Get. I know we're friends.
Oh, there we go.
Whoa.
There's one.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't want to hurt it.
There we go. Okay, so we've got like all of them over here that we're gonna put here so that they can fly off nicely for you.
Oh, there we go. They're going now. Some of them are going.
Oh, that one might be dead. 100%. That one is dead.
Oops. Are you sure?
Yeah. Some of them don't make it.
People come in the boarding swimming room?
Yeah, for coffee.
It's just...
Is that it? Yeah. Is that one dead too? Is that it?
That was the ones I could grab. I just grabbed a stack. I didn't count them. So that's 1, 2.
nice place? It's good. It's pretty good.
Like I
Want to pick a nice place?
Man, look at the sun. This is all our loved ones. I'm telling you, I like their energy and we want these people to. I'm telling you, Jack works very hard up there sometimes. I'm telling you. This one seems more alive, actually. It's almost like a. Oh, there it goes. So goodbye. Yeah, I can do that. Where should I do that?
Maybe with the butterflies now?
The butterflies? Okay, Shanta's step on me. That was mentioned, but do you want me to say like a goodbye, like a? Okay. On behalf of BFO, I would just like to say a great big thank you to everybody for joining us today. Un grand merci à tous ceux qui se sont joints à notre événement aujourd'hui, especially those who came virtually as well, ceux qui sont venus virtuellement. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much.